The Rise of the Ottoman Empire, How the Battle of Bapheus Changed History. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating empires in history, the Ottoman Empire. But we're not starting with the fall of Constantinople or Suleiman the Magnificent. No, we're going way back to the very beginning, to a little-known battle that set the stage for everything that followed. I'm talking about the Battle of Bapheus in 1302. Now, you might be wondering, why is this battle so important? Well, it was the first major victory for the Ottomans, and it marked the moment they went from being a small, relatively unknown group to a rising power that would eventually dominate the region for centuries. So, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's explore how this one battle changed the course of history. Part 1. The Rise of the Ottomans. To understand the Battle of Bapheus, we need to set the stage. The year is 1302, and the Byzantine Empire, once a mighty superpower, is in decline. Its control over Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, is slipping, and small Turkish principalities, called beyliks, are starting to fill the power vacuum. One of these beyliks is led by a man named Osman I. Now, Osman isn't just any leader, he's the founder of what will become the Ottoman Empire. At this point, though, he's just a minor chieftain with a small but loyal group of warriors. The Ottomans are part of a larger wave of Turkic migrations into Anatolia, driven by the collapse of the Seljuk Sultanate of Rum and the weakening of Byzantine control. Osman and his followers are skilled fighters, and they're starting to make a name for themselves by raiding Byzantine towns and fortresses. But here's the thing, the Byzantines aren't just going to sit back and let this happen. They're determined to stop Osman and his growing band of warriors. And that brings us to the Battle of Bapheus. So, what exactly happened at the Battle of Bapheus? Let's break it down. The battle took place near Bapheus, a small town close to the Sea of Marmara. The Byzantines, realizing that Osman's raids were becoming a serious threat, decided to send a force to confront him. They were confident, after all, they were the mighty Byzantine Empire, and Osman was just a minor chieftain, right? Wrong. Osman and his warriors were ready. They had been fighting in the region for years, and they knew the terrain like the back of their hands. When the Byzantine forces arrived, the Ottomans used their superior tactics and mobility to outmaneuver them. The battle was fierce, but in the end, the Ottomans emerged victorious. This wasn't just a small skirmish, it was a decisive victory that sent shockwaves through the region. For the first time, the Byzantines realized that Osman wasn't just a nuisance, he was a serious threat. And for the Ottomans, this victory was a game-changer. It proved that they could take on a major power and win. It also attracted more warriors to Osman's cause, as people began to see him as a rising star in the region. Now, let's talk about why the Battle of Bapheus was so significant. First, it marked the beginning of Ottoman expansion. Before this battle, the Ottomans were just one of many small beyliks in Anatolia. But after their victory at Bapheus, they started to gain more territory and influence. This was the moment they began their journey from a small principality to a world empire. Second, it was a major blow to the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantines had already lost a lot of territory in Anatolia, and this defeat made it clear that they were no longer the dominant power in the region. It was a sign of things to come. Just 150 years later, the Ottomans would conquer Constantinople and bring an end to the Byzantine Empire. Finally, the Battle of Bapheus established Osman I as a legendary figure. He became a symbol of the Ottoman rise to power, and his descendants would go on to rule one of the largest and most powerful empires in history. So, what happened after the Battle of Bapheus? Well, the Ottomans didn't stop there. Over the next century, they continued to expand, conquering key Byzantine cities and fortresses. By the time of Mehmed the Conqueror in the 15th century, they were strong enough to take Constantinople itself, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire and the beginning of Ottoman dominance in the region. But it all started with that one battle in 1302. The Battle of Bapheus was the spark that ignited the Ottoman Empire's rise to power. Without it, history might have looked very different. And that's the story of the Battle of Bapheus, a small battle with huge consequences. It's a reminder that even the biggest empires start somewhere, and sometimes it's the little-known events that change the course of history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into history. Let me know in the comments what other battles or empires you'd like me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.